Welcome to the Cultivate Beauty podcast. I am your host, Kelli Torrance, and this is a show where we come together and have some honest conversations about what it's really like to work, grow, thrive, and survive in the beauty industry. My guests and topics are all people and things related to what's happening right now in our salons, behind the chair, in the treatment room, in our beauty schools, in our training facilities, at a state board level, and beyond. I'm going to be covering all scopes of beauty. So if you're ready to help me cultivate a fun-loving, passionate group of informed professionals, then please sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Cultivate Beauty podcast. Today's episode, I'm going to be answering a question or two that I have received on social media. Instagram, actually, I think these came from. So the first question that I received was, how did I scale my business to more than lashes? Now, this is a tricky question. I started off in the industry doing makeup, and I did makeup for many years before I actually got into doing lash extensions. And honestly, my first introduction to lash extensions, now we are talking 2007, was, I'd heard of lash extensions before, but in 2007, I was doing makeup for a client who had really bad lash extensions. Now, please keep in mind that in 2007, 2008, 2009, all that really was out there were either the cluster lashes or the classic lashes. But back then, classic lash extensions only came in really thick diameters. If you are a lash extension artist, you're going to know what I'm talking about when I say that they were 0.20, 0.25, and even 0.30 in diameter. And that was being used as a classic lash extension. For those of you who are not lash artists, when doing a classic set, most artists use a 0.15 or a 0.18 maybe in a classic set. Yeah, we've learned a lot since 2007, okay? But back then, that's what was being used. So everyone's lashes either look like crazy clustered bunches of hair or they look like spider legs. So I had absolutely zero interest in learning how to do lash extensions those first couple of years that I had actually seen them with my own eyes. When I started working for MAC in 2009, I saw lots of really bad lash extensions, but I had my first encounter with a client who had really good lash extensions. And that was when I got a little curious. 2010, a fellow makeup artist friend of mine was also a lash artist, and she offered to show me how she does them. She'd give me a set for free and kind of like walk me through it. And yeah, sure, get to hang out with my friends, have a little snack, do some lashes, learn something. Like I was totally in. So went to her house, got my lashes done for the first time, quick little lesson in what they were and how they were done. And I remember I opened my eyes and was like, I don't feel them. And I had to go look in the mirror because I was like, I've laid there for 2 hours and I don't like what's really on my eyes. And I saw them and I was so impressed. And I was like, okay, this is lash extensions. This is what they're supposed to look like. This is how they're supposed to feel. I'm hooked. I want to know more. And so the same friend sat down and gave me kind of a basic, let me show you how it's done. There wasn't a whole lot of, let me tell you why it's done this way. I'm just going to show you how to do it. And I played around with that for a little bit. She gave me a list of products that I could go on eBay and purchase. And so I did that. And I played with it. And I quickly realized this shit is hard. There is more to this than just sticking the lash on a lash, and there's more to picking up the glue, and there's more to understanding how this glue works and what's even in this glue. And so I went online and found a class, an online class. 2010, I think it was. 2010, 11, 10, 11. I think it was 2011 when I was like, okay, I'm going to take a class and I'm really going to try this out. And I took this class and it did help answer some of the questions that I had from my friends just showing me how to do them. I got to learn a little bit of the why behind things, but I still had a lot of questions. Those I got answers to some questions, but then it only led to me having even more questions. And so I dove in. I dove in and was like, I need to be hands-on. I'm definitely a hands-on learner. I understand why things work when I actually get to do it myself. So I did that. And I started off by asking some of my returning makeup clients, ones that I've touched their face a bazillion times. I said, hey, would you let me do free lash extensions on you? I really want to see if this is something that I can get into. And so I kind of started off doing that. And they were bad. They were not good in the beginning. They were bad. It took me 4 hours to do my first lash set. They were bad, and I was really questioning if this was something that I could get down. Do I have the patience for this? But I'm not a quitter, and I don't like to give up on something until I feel like I've really tried. So I kept practicing and I kept practicing and I kept doing my own research and learning what I could. And I started to get it down. My lashes started to look decent. And I started taking pictures and started sharing them on my new Instagram page, on my Facebook page, probably mostly Facebook at that point. And yes, mostly Facebook. Slowly started getting requests from people I didn't know, like friends of my clients and family members of my clients. And I built out a little spa room in my home. We had an extra bedroom, so we turned that into my office / workspace, and started taking clients at home. Made it very clear that, I am just starting out. My prices are low. I'm learning. This is at my home. Keep those expectations, not down here, but definitely not up somewhere like here. Met some really cool people, and those cool people started referring me more people. And I very quickly kind of started to get uncomfortable with strangers coming to my home, especially with my daughter, my husband not being home. And just knowing that people knew where I live just felt weird. And so yeah, got my license and was able to start taking lash clients from a salon. So people stopped coming to my home. But the big thing was I took my makeup clients and introduced them to my lashing service. And they started then telling their friends about my lashing service. And that's what started to build up my lash clientele. So as I get into the salon and I'm licensed, so now I'm offering skincare and I'm offering waxing and I'm offering the lash extensions, I'm offering makeup, travel makeup services. The way I scaled that was by introducing my current clients to that service first. My current clients already trusted me with whatever it was that I was doing for them originally. And so I offered this new service, if not free, like half off, just to get my hands on a face, first of all, and to put to use this new service I've learned, but so that they could then tell their friends and family about my new services. You know, that little saying, birds of a feather flock together. That's very true when it comes to your clients. Your regular clients are going to send you their birds of feather. So if you already click with this returning client, the odds are the people they send you are going to be pretty similar and pretty like-minded, because birds of feather flock together, right? So that's how I kind of scaled from offering just my makeup services to introducing lash services to then being a licensed esthetician in a salon and being able to offer everything else. So when it comes to scaling and introducing a new service to your business, start with the clients you already have. Offer them this new service, if not free, like half off. So at least you can cover the cost of the products being used. I say free if it's a returning client, but you do you, babe. We all got to eat. So start there. Start there. And a big thing, especially in today's world, is taking pictures of everything. Take pictures of the products that you're using for this new service. Take lots of before pictures, take lots of after pictures. Take pictures and videos of you setting up for this new service. So that way, as you're introducing it to your audience, you're giving them a little visual instead of just being like, hey, I'm doing lash lifts now. It could be, some photo reference to what even is a lash lift, right? Here's a before and after picture. Here's what my tray setup looks like. Take a picture of your client as they're, processing in this service. If it's lash extensions, take a picture of them while they've got their little iPads on and they look all relaxed and zen and comfortable and ready for their lash set to start. Take a picture of your lash lifts clients as they open their eyes for the first time and see these beautiful lifted lashes in the mirror and get that reaction. That's how I would recommend introducing new services and building your clientele based off the clientele you already have. Bring in their friends, their family. Because once they come, let's say, your lash client is the only one in her friend group who gets lash extensions. But she's not the only friend in her friend group who gets facials, who get their brows waxed. Well, if that's something you offer, you're going to be the person that she recommends to her friends and family. So start there. Offer your new services to the clients that you've already got. And then, not that you can't promote your new services, but I would say really focus on those clients you already have. Number one, they're already there getting something done. But number two, if you get them hooked on this new service, now even if they stop getting that first service, they're still hooked on the second one. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Just do it that way. Start there. Hope this helps. If you have a question, a business question, a service question, hit me up. Instagram, Cultivate Beauty. Beauty has a B on the end. Or I'm sorry, Beauty has an E on the end, not a Y. And send your questions there. You can leave them as a comment on a post, or you can send them to me as a DM. You can leave them down on the YouTube page, down in the comments, and we'll get to them on a Friday episode. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next show.